Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Mercy with Mom Needs a Clone. In today's video, I am going to do a flip of my Hobonichi Weeks. I'm just going to kind of flip through and chat with you about kind of how I use it and my purpose for my Hobonichi Weeks. And that's pretty much it. So if you are interested in how I'm using it for 2025 and just how it's going, just stay tuned. I am using a Moterm black pebbled cover. My covers do switch throughout the year. I'm going to take these stickers out of here. My covers do switch in the Hobonichi Weeks throughout the year. I do have a few different covers. So in this video, I may be using the black, but it could change just depending on the season and what I want to do. So in this front little pocket, this is the sticker folder that I made not too long ago. I have a video on my channel on how to make it, but I've just got my stickers in there. So, and some little pieces. I never got to put the Hello Fall on there. Just have the hello on there. I've got little deco pieces here in the front, a few little stickers there, and that's pretty much it. I don't really do too much in the pockets. I also carried it the majority of 2025 just in this cover, just with the clear sparkle cover, which is, I believe, from Salty Katie Co. So since I did the blue, which I think was called Lemon Water or something like that, I went ahead and did like a bright theme with a lot of Shine Sticker Studio ephemera and stuff in there. So I need to actually, today's the last day of September, so I'm going to slide this out while I'm doing this video so I don't forget to switch it out. And this is just from Shine Sticker Studio. I just put it on a little clear piece, and I usually just change out the months by putting them in there. Yep, I just got some money from when my daughter called herself moving to Japan. We won't get into that. I literally say that every time I bring up that money. I'm not hurt at all, but that's from my daughter. She gave it to me. And then there's little deco pieces there. And then I've just put a little vellum here that I made with my foiling machine, which I can't remember what it's called, but I just print it from my, is it laser printer, and then run it through the foiling machine with the foiling on top. And then, oh, I wish I had, oh, I do. Let me just fill this in while I got it open. What's today, Tuesday? I'm going with 2 dots today, unfortunately. Pretty painful. So I'm going to put that there. Yesterday, been 1. Wasn't too bad. Okay. So that's my cycle tracker for the year. This part either gets used or it doesn't, I noticed in my Hobonichi week. So this year I seem to be pretty consistent. So that's good. And then I've just got some deco here in the front with some vinyl words, and then some sticky notes. And then we jump right into January. So all of my months are housing everything for the year. As soon as I get my Hobonichi, I start adding in all my work schedule. Since I work for a school, I usually get my calendar. So I go ahead and put in all my work days off and anything with that. That's typically in orange, just orange. My goodness, it's typically in purple because I'm purple. I will also go in and put the fall schedule for the boys if the track team has issued it. If not, I won't put that in for till like November or something. But I start working on my calendar in September. So my new one, I've already started kind of working on getting my days put in. Not a lot, but a little bit. But I just start that process, and because I need to make sure that's set. And then I also go in and start figuring out, okay, when do we want to do, like here, date night? So at the beginning of the month, I'll say, hey, do we know what day we want to do a date night? If we do, I will write it in. If we don't, I won't write it in. So it looks like January and February, I made note of it. Blue is where the boys were at. If I'm babysitting Avi at an odd time, like I won't really put Wednesday pick up Avi only because that's my typical Wednesday schedule. But if it's random, like my daughter's asking me ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to be out of town, you know, June 1st, then I'll go in and plot that down. So this is my main planner every year. So every little detail will go in this planner. Every pre-plan will go in this planner. And every biblical celebration that we do will go in this planner. Eye appointments, doctor's appointments, future appointments, anything like that, anniversaries, birthdays, goes in the Hobonichi Weeks. And it stays housed there. And typically this would be in my purse 99% of the time. But in 2025, I kind of had the day designer with me a lot, even though this still housed more information. So all my other planners play off of this one. So this is like the everything, and then it has all the shooting arrows to, oh, you want to use a day designer. Oh, you want to use a standard stylogy. Oh, all that plays off of this. But this is my main planner because it's small. It has the whole year, so I get to set things up in advance, and I really like that. So you will kind of see that stuff in here. And here we are in September. And yeah, that's that. Like here I put our pay scale, but I don't think I did that much of anywhere else. I like to go in and do that, but I didn't really get that set. And I usually try to do that in the summer when I get my new like pay scale for the school year, but I didn't do that. So here's October. It's not decorated. I really should do that today, but I kind of have quite a few other things I need to get done. But tomorrow is October 1. So there we go. Got a lot of birthdays, it looks like. And then we've got November. And all this stuff was pre-set up. So this time last year is when I was plotting down all this because it just rotates each year. And then for the January, February, and March that are in here, I just covered them with sticky notes. So that gives me a place, an extra place to write anything I need to. As you see, we're going in October. I haven't had to use those pages, but they are there if I needed them. Let me see why this is closed. Okay, so the planner started November 25th of 2024. I didn't start my planner until 2025. So these are all the pages that Hobonichi gives you to start in November every year. This particular year, I did not do that. I waited for the first week of January. So that's what we got here. So on here, of course, it looks like I put all my days off. My son's birthday. We were getting out of 2024, going into 25. Looks like it's in red, so I had to pay some bills. We had a snowstorm. I made a note of that. And then I started doing like some habit trackers. I did some steps, water, meal plan. Like this is how I wanted the planner to look for the whole year. This was my original goal. I wanted my biblical Hebrew each week and each day that I had basically, I was going to redo my course. So I was starting very small. So I had that here. Reading through the Bible in a year was here. Starting my daily scripture writing, water intake, meal plan, my daily steps. I just was tracking and just, this thing just can hold a lot of information, even though it's small. I also started a how was your day? And so here it had the number. And then in the back, I wanted to have 365 days checked off with the coordinating colors and numbers. So if I had Monday, I had a 1 day, then I would take 1. So then at the end of the year, I could say, oh, wow, I only had a minimal amount of pink, meaning I had a minimal amount of bad days or something. Oh, I had a lot of 3s or a lot of purple. Looks like I had a lot of good days. Or blue, I had a lot of random, just even kill days. So that was what I wanted to do. As you see, I didn't even make it to 90 days. I was like, oh, I'm okay. And then down at the bottom, I put notes. So this first week, this is really how I want to use my Hobonichi Weeks. It just doesn't always happen that way, only because I start introducing all the other planners and they end up being, you know, just the go-to planner for me. And this just ends up being the monthly, the weekly, quick glance. Oh, what's going on this month? Oh, what's going on this week? And then I'm off to my other planner. So, but yeah, it can hold a lot. Like, did the same thing here, how I had it set up. Yeah, so I just tried to stick with that. And this is like, I did it, you know, what, 3 weeks in a row. I love that setup. I have my weather in there, stuff from the house, like work schedule. I love this setup for a Hobonichi Weeks because it houses everything that I need at a glance. And I just love that. But I did what I did and fell off of it. So unfortunately, I'm just kind of using it as a monthly and a weekly for sure. And everything else, I'm just having so much fun in all my other stuff. So, but just to give you guys ideas, this is what you, if you're like studying for a course or a class or a language, that can go in there. Or really all of these, like if you have anything with your faith you want to track for the week, anything for anything, like you have so much space. It doesn't seem like it, but you have quite a bit of space. So, and I still like kept space at the bottom for notes. So this one, it looks like I did my audio Bible, scripture writing, and biblical Hebrew studies in this center portion. And then I still did my weather and then my work schedule here, meals, and then it looks like my notes up here. And then I was doing a little bit of tracking there. So it's in February, it kind of started to become something else. And apparently I was okay with it. And then I kind of went back to, oh, let me get back on track and do that. So that's what you would see. And then March, maybe right before spring break. Yep. I started to fall off. So we got that. I'm telling myself to take my iron meds. Girl, you ain't listening to yourself. I really should be getting iron infusions, but if you know me, me is hard-headed. So, what do we have here? We got some scripture stuff for the biblical New Year, which is when the world comes alive and the plants start producing buds. I just love that. What else we got? That was it. I didn't do much on here by my work schedule. So April, I really didn't use this a lot, and that makes sense just because I don't know if I was looking for something different, because this is when I found that day designer. So I was not like feeling this anymore, and I was just plotting in like some basic stuff, and then I ended up getting my day designer. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I was thinking. My record holder. We got meals, we got weather, we got some audio Bible, scripture writing, some notes. We got nothing but wear sneakers to work for the evac drill, dorm move out, and Sean's birthday. Those were the most important things happening that week. Okay, we were out of town this week, so that's why I've got like some track stuff on here. My son is the 2025 outdoor 400-meter OBC champion. Migraine. What else we got? We went hiking in Indiana. My son went to Texas for regionals, paying Sean's rent. School was out that week. It was the kid's last day on the 28th at the district that I worked at. I had some work training, and then summer hit for me. So my last day. And then I just kind of looked like I had some time on my hands here, so I kind of did a little something there. Some basic stuff here. Not feeling well this week. Tired, headache. Overall fatigue, stomach pain has started up again. Oh my gosh. So in July of 2024, I had the worst stomach pain of my absolute life. And whoa, I actually ended up starting medication back then, and it helps me, but my gosh, I still every once in a while have these stomach flare-ups, and they are not fun. So what is this week? This is June. We did a family hike, just my workout schedule, some food, some weather, whole bunch of jibber jabber on here. Same scenario there. So even though I was in my day designer like hardcore, I still enjoyed setting this up. And then we've got my daughter. My daughter's the only thing on here, her 27th birthday. It's just blank. That was the week we left for vacation. So, I mean, there was nothing planned. We were on vacation. So, then we came back. When did we get back here? Yeah, because I had to go to work here. This is my first day back to work. So we were gone, I think, from here to somewhere in here. I can't remember. So then when school started back up, I got my energy back to start planning again and getting stuff in order. But yeah, I love this planner. Like, there's nothing can beat the fact that it's so little and slender. And that's why I had it really without a cover most of the year. It's just so slender. It can go in pretty much any bag. It can hold so much at a glance. So, and you can decorate it however you want. Like, I've used a lot of stickers, and it's not like it's that chunky from its original. Like, yeah, it's chunky, but it's not really that big. Use sticky notes whenever. And we are coming up to this week. So this week I wanted to kind of just use stickers. I got a lot of stickers. You guys know that I've gotten a lot of stickers the last few weeks, and I just really wanted to use them. So that's what I did. And so yeah, that's kind of how I use it. I keep like these sticky notes when I have to pay the boys' bills. I just move them to the next month. So that'll be a reminder when I go to plan this week. Oh, pay his bill. Then I'll pick it up and move it to the next month on that week. And same for their rent and their power bill, stuff like that. So, and then here I won't show any of my notes just because it's personal information I put in there this time. Sometimes I put normal information and I can share, but this particular time, I actually have personal notes in there. Looks like I was doing a little bit of vowels. My biblical Hebrew, was doing some Hebrew vowels. So that's what I got going on there. I usually just keep this here, so I know that's the start of my notes section. And then that's it. Like, I have really nothing else here. What did I do here? Oh, I did some joy stuff, nourish. I guess I was doing topics and writing them out. I didn't do any of that here. I didn't finish. So, yep, that's it. That's my video. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will chat with you on the next video. Bye.